Sensei Victoria Whitfield here from VictoriaWhitfield.com for your weekly love letter. And the topic of this week's email is really interesting, and it's actually really close to my heart. It's how I lost 30 pounds. So, remember back in 2012 and the years leading up to it, they were all like, oh my god, the world's gonna end because the Mayan calendar and then aliens and an asteroid and all kinds of stuff. They were just left and right saying how there's gonna be a huge shift. You have to be, ready. December 21st, 2012. So for me, the shift happened. It really did. But it was specifically in relationship to my body. So I've struggled with my weight and my health throughout most of my life, as far back as I can remember. As a child, I had asthma and couldn't really run, really didn't have stamina, and actually anytime I would try to run or do any high impact activity, cardiovascular activity like that, I would break out in hives. So I developed phobia of running. For those of you who want to know, you could Google the hives thing. It's called fitness-induced urticaria. So around 2012 is when I started watching how I interact with food. And the reason why is because I read this book, Searching for Meaning. I was searching for meaning as to why can't I lose weight? Why don't I look like her? Oh God. Don't compare yourself. It's just a whole world of hurt. But anyway, it's the first mindset shift, by the way. Stop comparing yourself. If you really want to lose 30 or more pounds, stop comparisons. The competition is between you and you. That's it. The you that you are and the you that you see in the mirror. Don't compare to anyone else. Okay? The book that I read that really set off my my weight loss journey was The Care and Feeding of Indigo Children by Doreen Virtue. And if you're watching this video, chances are you're an indigo. Don't worry about your age. I know that there's supposed to be a specific age range. Go by the traits of an indigo. You can Google it if you want, but I recommend paying the 15 or less bucks. Probably get it for $5 or $8 on Amazon.com. Just get this book and read it. It'll change your life. Anyone that I've told to read it, the first person I told to read it, they took that book from me. So this is the second one that I have that they didn't give it back. But this one's mine. You can have it. It'll really shift the way that you look at your relationship with food. And the reason why is what could be keeping you at the weight that you're at is because maybe you're like me. You're an emotional eater. So I'm a very sensitive person. I'm sensitive to smell, I'm sensitive to sound, I'm sensitive to people. I'm sensitive in general to energy, obviously. So one way of dealing with that is I would eat to block it out. I've mentioned before, I also used to smoke to try and dumb down, numb out all of this energetic, emotional overload coming from outside of me, but also inside. The outside is when you're in a toxic environment or you have all these emotional triggers. The internal, though, is your mindset. Thinking that you're ugly, you're not lovable, that you're going to be a failure, you're never going to make enough money, you're not good enough to do X, Y, and Z. So-and-so is not going to want me. I'm not really on their level. The only reason why I could say those is because those are all limiting beliefs that I used to have for myself. You're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're not good enough, you're too black, you're not white enough, or you're too white, you're not black enough. Just nothing's enough. Nothing's enough, right? No. Second step in losing 30 or more pounds. Examine your mindset and the stories that you tell yourself about who you are. And that's a good book, a good resource for helping that out. Another book that helped me on the way, I don't have it like here to show you, but it's the pH Miracle for Weight Loss. That one was good. That one was good. I'll put a link underneath this in the love letter for you to check that one out. That also helped me to get clear on what am I doing wrong, right? The third step is examining your habits then. You need to understand what are you doing that is creating the weight that you are currently at. Why? Because you are 100% personally responsible for the weight that you're at. Even the way that you feel. You are 100% personally responsible for the way that you feel and the way that you react to how you feel. If I'm sad, I eat. If I'm happy, I eat. If I'm angry, I eat. If I'm tired, I eat. If I don't know what to do, I'm so wired, I eat. And then what am I eating in all of those things? Am I putting carrots or am I putting double baconators? Which is what I used to do. Right? I think I'm on 4. The fourth thing that you need to do if you want to lose 30 pounds is become aware. Where awareness goes, energy and healing flows. So become aware of who you really are and what you're thinking, similar to the previous steps. Another thing that catapulted my weight loss journey was learning to love my colon. Believe it or not. And one of the oracle cards is coming through saying, all right, show me to them. It's from the Healing with the Angels oracle cards deck. And the card that's coming through, yes, they just keep coming and saying this message over and over in my videos. It's trust. Trust your gut. Okay, let's just get you a little bit of the reading in here. You know what, forget it. I don't need to read that. Trusting your gut is essential. If you don't trust yourself, you can't make the strides toward becoming one who loves, has like a sense of self-love, and is more unified with your higher self. So the more you build trust with yourself, and the more you practice trust, the greater your union with who you really are becomes. So, it's hard to trust your gut when it is full of, okay? We've explained before in previous videos and articles and stuff that your gut is your lower brain. Your gut is also where you receive gut instincts and impressions, inspirations from spirit. If you keep stuffing your colon, your intestines, it's numbing. It's like a putting numbing or dialing down the sensitivity of your antenna for you to receive inspiration from spirit, but also for you to process and receive nutrients. That was one huge thing that I learned that really catapulted my weight. In fact, the most weight loss that I had was from doing a detox, a 30-day psyllium, I think that's psyllium, is that how you say it? Psyllium husks detox. Send me an email back if you want to know the exact cleanse that I use. But doing a cleanse flushes out all of the stuff that is stopping you from receiving any nutrients that you're taking. By the way, if you have a lot of belly fat or a lot of weight and mass around your stomach and abdomen, it's because you're full of something that needs to be cleansed out, okay? So trust. I don't know what number we're on, but I'm just going to keep throwing you how I did it. Lastly, another oracle card came out for this week's love letter, and it came from the Goddess Guidance deck. And this one's really, this is going to speak to some of you who are afraid of losing the weight. It's called ISALT. Okay, so ISALT, it says, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. The goddess ISALT is a goddess of love, especially for healing those who are brokenhearted. On the other side of my weight loss journey, and as you're going through it, you know, when you're really getting into it, there's this feeling that you're not only losing the weight, you're losing yourself. Here's the thing. For years, you'll identify with the thing you see in the mirror. That when you look at that, that's like who you are. And over time, if you start really getting into working on your health and shedding the pounds, yes, what's in the mirror changes. And you identified with the reflection in the mirror, so then there's this identity crisis. You're like, okay, am I losing myself? I remember at one point during my journey as my body was changing, people all around me started getting worried. They're like, oh, you're getting too skinny. I'm well within the normal range. I've never been underweight in my life. But it's not only you, but the people around you be like, oh, you know, just have some more food to eat, or come on, come sit with us, or, you know, just come have cake, come have, you know. You have to love yourself at every version. You are a fluid and changing spiritual being. It's natural to mourn when you are no longer who you once were. And I have to tell you, I'm going to show you something special right now. I looked through my Facebook pictures. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can even go look at them yourself. If you want to, I don't care. How my body has changed so much over the years. I used to be 160 pounds, and now I'm at 130, 135, or down to 128. You know, it fluctuates. And when I saw my body when she was, I just burst into tears. Oh my God, I remember you. You're so funny. Look how much fun you were having. Oh, I remember you. So, and then I would see alongside more recent photos of me. Oh my God, look at how different. I love you too. It's all about having a relationship with who you really are. But I want you to take a minute. Look at these before and after photos. From the before is 160, the after is 130 pounds. teensy bit sensitive, you can tell there's a huge energetic shift from the energy of 160 on Victoria to the energy of 130. Now, forget the numbers. If you were to look at the before and look at the after, which one has a higher vibration? There's so much love. The shine is there. There's this sense of like a shining happening, coming off of my energy and sharing that. So it's not about the number on the scale. It's the last thing I want to say for my soul. Regardless of the situation, you have to love yourself. It is love. Love is the foundation of health, period. I forgot how many numbers I was on for steps in how to lose 30 pounds or XYZ pounds, but the last thing I want you to take away from this is that you need to come from a place of loving yourself more. Now, at this week's retreat, we're going to go over how you can actually love your fat. There's a purpose to it, and understanding and having a relationship with the fat that your body is holding. You can even understand your spirit more deeply if you understand how your body is creating him or herself. Right? But if you keep telling yourself negative stories of, oh, I'm huge, I'm ugly, I'm a fat pig, or no one's going to love me, or I can't do that because I'm too heavy, or look at the stories that you're telling yourself. Just for today. Look at the stories you tell yourself about your body weight. Is it coming from a space of love or somewhere else? Okay. I want to tell you that I love you so much. Thank you again for joining me for this week's love letter, and I will see you next week.